EMS is bringing them out. Stand by, brother.
Offender custody. Anyone else follows my distress, let me know.
Hello, you're looking at the town at the EMS station. 91 license. Lancaster and Springville. Victim is at Lancaster and Springville with EMS. Still waiting for the nature of the injury.
So there is one victim being reported so far. Give me 1 second. I'm getting everything set up
It
here.
is a GSW. We'll see that the victim has a GSW.
All right, there we go. We
Try to get from the victim where he was last located in the building.
This just happened a few minutes ago. We'll go
Working
ahead.
on it, sir. I had another team ready to come in the building. Do you need those somewhere? Don't command, I think they were trying to decide they were on 204. Okay, we get the confirmation for that. Yes, you want. Yeah, let's put it in off now with them.
Just trying to find some video here real quick. I got the scanner. Oh my gosh, we just had this earlier. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, police on scene. Police are on scene. All right, let me get some flight radar up here.
Are we on sector 7 or switch over to something else?
It's getting heavy.
Outside, they're all connected. Internal PDA and command working.
I'm just looking to see if I can find some live feed here for you. Damn, they are in. They are in a hurry too. Holy crap. This is not good. This is starting off really bad. Give me one.
Checking on the victim. Where's the victim?
I am not seeing anything local so far. We will get to it as soon as it pops up. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like. Drop some prayer hands in chat, please. This is becoming like a daily occurrence anymore. And this world needs some prayers, man.
keep adding to this scenario. So,
Oh my gosh, it sounds so scary, man. Sounds so scary. Oh my gosh. The latest updates are on the latest updates are on the
I'm just getting here. Where's Central SWAT team going? Law school? That's the command post for us. The entrance to the parking lot of the law school. SWAT team.
Okay, there was
Copy, thank you.
I'm a freshman.
Freshmen live in Monica?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Eleanor.
Okay, Megan, Eleanor, where were you guys when you heard this?
So we were in the first.
I am reposting I am reposting all this. I'll drop my Twitter link in chat so you can get these for yourself. This is an interview. We're going to go through some interviews here real quick.
Freshmen live in Monica?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Eleanor.
Okay, Megan, Eleanor, where were you guys when you heard this?
So we were in the first floor in our friend's room, and then we had heard a knock on the door, and she opened the door, and it was a cop with a gun. He's saying to evacuate. So we ran out the hallway, went outside, and then we were standing here in the grass, and then we got the text on our phone saying active shooter. So we all ran into the spit and sort of locked ourselves in the back of the dining hall.
Did they tell you to go into the spit and do that?
No.
No, we were all in a group, like in the grass or whatever. And then when we like heard people start to say active shooter, then we ran in on our own and just kept running to the back until there was like nowhere else to run to.
So they said there was nothing to it. Do you know what happened? I'm hearing some kids talk about some fight that was going on, maybe.
Yeah, we heard a lot. There was like an a cappella group performing, so we heard like people heard the bangs from that and got scared. Another thing was that there was a fight and like the RA called the police. We don't know.
Yeah. A lot of us were in the hallway watching the a cappella perform, and then the police ran up with guns telling us to put our hands up and run.
Oh my
I
god.
hate this. It's, it's become almost a part of life, like these scary situations. What was going through your minds?
Here's my Twitter link. Follow me on there. I'm reposting all of the interviews, the videos, whatever we're going through. I'll be reposting it on my
it's hard
Twitter.
because like
There's the Twitter. Go follow me
you
over
like
there,
want
and
to
you
call
can
your
have all
family and
these
you want to like stay on the phone
your
with them
Twitter
and
as
stuff,
well.
but you can't because you also don't want to make noise. So we just kind of like hung up with our parents and just prayed and just like tried to stay as quiet as possible and not freak out as best we could.
All right, let me see here. There was another professor that was here. Let me see here. Oh my gosh, look at that picture. Oh, this is. Right, I'm gonna pull up flight radar, see if we got any choppers. I doubt it. It's probably all located in the school. Let me just close that. We're not even gonna have that up right now. I know. Oh my gosh, prayers. I know. Hit the like, share this out because really nothing. There's nothing being recorded.
Everybody secure your mic. All units secure your mic. 103. Okay. Portable 31 is under control. Place your calling.
Yeah, share this out. There's nothing really local popping off right now. Just the scanner and then whatever we're going to go through. I'm going to keep going through these. There's another photo. Here's another video. Oh my gosh. This is not good. You can hear it in the officer's voice. It is not good. This is starting off bad. They already came across victims now. Look at all that. That's what they were doing. They were performing. Here's another video. I'm reposting these on my Twitter. Here's my Twitter handle if you want to follow. Definitely share this out. Oh my God.
Relax, no one's squishing.
Oh my God.
Negative. All right.
Oh my gosh, this is so horrible, man. And we just literally just a couple minutes ago, we got done covering another possible. Oh my gosh, this is nuts, man. Key. All right. This is from inside. I'm gonna repost this too on Twitter. This is from inside here. Hold on, let me click on that.
Report of an active shooter on campus. I cannot confirm whether that is the case. Supposedly in the library at the law school, other side of campus on the other side of the tracks. Building is locked down. Okay. No one is coming in unless we let them in. Okay. So you are safe. I know this is unnerving. Just hang tight. We will let you know as soon as we know more information. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're very welcome. Okay.
Thank you, Ray.
You're welcome. No problem. Down. Report of an active shooter on campus. I cannot confirm whether that is the case. Supposedly in.
Oh, there's an active one on there now. Let's see. This is another video. Cops right outside. All right, so I'm gonna retweet and repost. Let me see here. Active shooter. So this is just a half an hour ago. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see if there's any more updates here. Give me one moment. And I'm still looking for a live video feed. I do not see one. If you have a live video feed, email it to me, EvilleCJ@proton.me. You can email me. You can drop it in a DM on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If you have a live feed, do me a favor, send it to me. I am not finding anything, and I'm usually able to find it really freaking quick. Let me see. Here's another video. Oh my gosh, this has got to be so scary. Not at the end of the Thank you so much. Details are scrolling on the bottom.
Relax, no one's squishing.
Oh, this poor kid. Do me a favor, if you're on YouTube, come on over here and sub over EvilleCJ Media and Investigations, or you can just click the link on my Twitter bio. That'll bring you right over here to YouTube. Please sub up over here as well. Let me see. I'm not finding any live feeds. Give me 1 second. If you also email me a link, do me a favor, type in chat, let me know. I'm still trying to look through all of this stuff, all these different areas here. So let me see. There is a chopper feed up. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, so here's this. We got this feed right here. Let's see. We'll share this. Here's this feed real quick. So that's right above. And I know there was another one. Give me 1 second here. I saw another one. This one right here. All right.
Active shooter.
Chopper 6 is heading there right now. This is just a couple minutes ago.
Just moments ago, to students to shelter in place.
Radnor Township Police are on the scene right now. They are again asking residents, anyone who lives nearby, and also students to shelter in place. As we know, the freshmen just moved in to Villanova. Classes start on Monday. So everyone kind of getting in place and getting settled at the university to start a brand new school year.
Yeah, this is the alert that apparently was sent to various cell phones across campus, an active shooter incident warning on the campus of Villanova. And again, students are urged to move to a secure location. This is a live video now from Chopper 6 from the scene, and you can see some emergency vehicles moving in place here. Again, an active shooter
this
alert
is not a
on
hoax.
the campus of Villanova University. This is a fluid situation. More information is coming in as we reported to you. But again, it is a dramatic situation that is slowly but surely unfolding here on the campus of Villanova University at this hour.
And we were telling you earlier, just at the end of the 4 o'clock newscast, that they were telling students to particularly avoid the area surrounding the law school right there on campus at Villanova. As you can see, security is in place. We did see those emergency vehicles active and moving around campus. We haven't received any word on what that could mean, but as you can see, we have Chopper 6 above the school right now, trying to gauge the situation.
All right,
students and staff being urged to shelter in place where they are.
So let me pull that up.
Reports of an active shooter possibly on the campus of Villanova University. Alerts sent.
Here we go, right here.
Various cell phones to
Here's
students,
the latest
staff
live
members.
lead.
Information continues to
All
come
right,
into
so we'll
our
get
action
rid of that
newsroom.
one.
But right now, the big story is an active shooter alert at Villanova University.
Oh my
Everyone on
Lord!
campus
Look at
being urged to shelter
this is
in place,
wild,
but
man.
police are moving in. This is a fluid scene, and as more information comes in, we are bringing it to you. But these live pictures telling us slowly but surely, telling us what the story is here on Villanova. As we mentioned, freshmen just arrived yesterday, freshmen and their families. So what has been a busy day of orientation is now turning into a dramatic scene here at Villanova.
Freshmen and their families, they come from not just across the country, but across the world.
This is crazy.
To this
We
university.
just had
and
this
it's,
a little bit
a time
ago.
of celebration, a big time for these families to, get acclimated into the community, welcomed into, the Villanova community, the Wildcats here. And a lot of them now are on campus. They were there for some sort of a mass or a welcome celebration, and now they are inside and their families.
Yeah, certainly this is the last thing families want to have to deal with as they're dropping off their students, bringing their incoming freshmen here to Villanova. And now there's a dramatic situation unfolding here on campus. Again, we're trying to learn exactly what is going on. But police are on the scene in force. They've converged here
big
for
time
several
force.
moments now. And as more information comes in, we are passing it along. But Chopper 6 over the scene, over the campus of Villanova University, outside of the law school, as 2 alerts have been sent throughout campus advising students, residents, staff members, shelter in place, stay where they are. Stay where they are, move indoors, barricade their doors until they get the all clear that the situation is once again safe.
Which is absolutely horrifying for, some of these students who are just arriving into this area. Many of them getting to know this part of the main line for the first time and arriving onto campus yesterday and today having to barricade their doors, but in, precaution to make sure that everybody stays safe in this situation. As you can see, campus has a line of cars of all kinds of first responders who are here, and they are patrolling it from every area.
Right,
we
Carrie.
saw from on top of the parking garages, from the roofs, keeping an eye on how this is all unfolding. You see some officials running from one point to the next.
As we see right now, and again, we've been seeing several scenes. There is a K-9 unit on campus as well. So
heavy police
authorities
presence
are taking no chances.
right from the start.
Again,
You can hear
we're
it in
trying to learn exactly what the
scanner.
situation as they are as well.
Yep,
but
it's
right
active
now,
shooter.
as this
They have
situation
one victim
unfolds,
so
this
far.
dramatic situation unfolds on the campus of Villanova University, and we look live from Chopper 6. Authorities are in force, converged here, and ready to do whatever they can to keep this university safe. And hopefully we can just hope for the best as this situation unfolds. Let's go back to Brianna, who again is on campus, not far from this scene.
Hold on 1 second.
All units, for the 30 students coming out of the building, we'll have to escort them out of the command post when I get here. The 30 students at the command post.
just trying to see if there's another live feed here. We'll go back to this here.
Was a man who was standing nearby, and he said that his wife is inside that building. I asked how she was doing. He's hoping that okay, but as you can imagine, you know, people who are here nearby, the residents who live in this area, and then people at home, there's major concern and they're worrying about their loved ones as we work to learn more about what happened here. Again, working to see if there are any victims, how many, what's happening, if that suspect is in custody at this time. And so, of course, we will continue to bring you those developments as soon as we learn more. But just again, a very, very active scene right now with several police departments who responded here today.
While you're there, we just want to ask you a couple questions because you are there at the scene. I'm sure, again, your vantage point is providing some information, but not a lot of information. You said you were talking to some of the people there, someone whose wife was in the building. Was that a resident, a student, a staff member? The people that you're coming in contact with, are they members of the campus? And it looks like we're seeing, as we're talking, it looks like some of the students and staff members. This is also an emotional scene now because you can just imagine the fear of people who are just moving across campus, not sure what's going on, but certainly a terrifying situation unfolding as students are being ushered from one point, students and staff members, perhaps residents being ushered from one point across campus to another. Not sure exactly what's going on, but certainly the scene of so many police officers and an alert of an active shooter on campus, it has got to be a terrifying situation for folks who are just trying to bring their freshmen in, returning students, families, which should be an emotional, celebratory situation right now is kind of a scaring one. But Brianna, I'm sorry, as I was asking you, the people that you're coming in contact with, were they residents who live on the periphery of the campus, or are they? All
right, here's another angle. Let me get that up. There's another angle of it.
Well, Rick, I mostly see police officers here on scene, and then the one man that I was speaking with, he didn't give me too much.
We got this one up here too. We'll flip back
right
to this.
Now, trying to figure out, what's going on with
looking
his
for
mother inside, making sure that she's okay. But he said that he was able to speak with her. So he mentioned that she was a student. He didn't really go into depth beyond that, but I can only imagine what he's going through.
Now, anything that I'm going on, showing on Twitter, I'm still reposting on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, there's my Twitter handle. Even though we're still going through this stuff, I'm still reposting different little clips and videos. I'm keeping it on here to get the very latest, since we got live video up here now, and then also we got the live scanner going. Thank you for being here. Throw some prayers in the chat for all of these communities. This is too wild, man. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure you hit that like. It is the free way to help us out. And if you're watching on another platform, come on over here to YouTube and join everybody over here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all for being here. And share this out. Oh my gosh, this is scary as hell, man. Huge presence. All right, so now we got some camera views. I'm reposting a lot of stuff on Twitter here. Let's see. John F. Scarpa Hall is where a lot of the officers are going in right now. And do me a favor, share this out. All right, so that's, let me see here. So we got, so I'm going to give you a... Let me see here. Here's a video of officers right here.
Will be the best as this situation unfolds. An active shooter alerted Villanova University. Radnor police on the scene. Campus police also on the scene. A ground zero seems to be right outside of this law school here in the heart of campus. And again, a number of authorities, a number of police moving in to right here, right at the center of your screen, moving into, looks like a parking lot or campus building right as they're moving in. And we're following this this dramatic situation unfolding here live.
Whoa. We got something going on here. All right, so I'm sharing all that on Twitter. Let me see here. Let's see. Thank you. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see here. Thank you so much for sharing that stuff on Twitter. All right, let me see if I can get some live video from the actual on the ground, not news sources. Give me 1 second here. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for...
Secondary search is underway. We've made some clearance to the building to remove some parties. Perimeter still established. The school still locked down. Do you have any reports of anybody stuck or staged to the building from citizens that we need to evacuate? It was a 30 and 2-4, and we did a 3 in a men's robot. As of early reports, alternate side. Okay. Trying to confirm which floor.
For some reason, I didn't get that email. If you want to try it again, Evil, EvilleCJ at proton.me. It's got the 2 L's in it, just to make sure. And I'm scanning all my sources. Okay, so they are saying that their focus is Law School Scarpa Hall. So we just saw that fly over a second ago that showed that. Let me see. Awaiting details on injuries / suspects. We already saw the faculty member that was in there. That was a little while ago. That was about 45 minutes ago. Just getting the latest info here. Let me see. We don't have anything going on. So we got this feed over here. We got this feed over here. It looks like some of them are alongside the side of one of the school buildings there. Please hit the like. It is the free way to help. And make sure you share this out. Really, when we went live, there was I'm still looking for... There was local news a few minutes after we went live, but we were already live before local news even had choppers up in the sky. So, and it was crazy. Some of you guys, and thank you guys for being here. Some of you guys are there letting me know what's going on the ground as well. Thank you so much. Also, Michael O'Neill, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Appreciate your speedy response on this matter, and thank you. I really appreciate the kind words and the support. It means a lot. I'm just one of these little small fish. That's why, if you can, please hit the like, share it out to your socials. That's the best way to get the awareness out. And we'll always be breaking. If you guys notice, even though I'm that little small fish, you'll notice I'm live before a lot of these other major players are out here. And we bring a little something extra to it instead of that boring talk. All right, we're going to get back to the scanner. I'm going to keep scanning for updates. Any updates that we do have, you'll see it down on the ticker below. If you see it drop out for a second, I'm updating something, and then it'll come right back. Just keep that in mind. The latest updates are going to be on that ticker down there below. That way I'm not interrupting scanner. I'm not interrupting the news coverage. I'm not interrupting anything that really necessarily needs to be put out there over my voice. So that's why I'm always updating the ticker down there. We're going to keep focus on this scanner. A lot of stuff going on here. Thank you all for being here.
People in the construction site on the upper floor.
Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you very much. All right, let me see. It looks like ABC or NBC Philadelphia has live up to the minute, updated 9 seconds ago. Students, okay, 4:30 p.m. were notified. Let's see, 4:30 p.m. active shooter on VU campus. Okay, so I'm just waiting to hear more details. So far, we do not have confirmation. We did hear one suspect. There was one victim that was shot over the scanner, but it's not being reported right now. It's not being reported right now. Here, let me go up here. It's not being reported right now on anything that's confirming it. So let me see here. I'm still scanning all of these. And by the way, I'm retweeting any of this stuff on Twitter or Facebook. Right now, there's nothing really on Facebook, but I'm retweeting like crazy on Twitter. Okay, we went through all of that. Let me see here. All right, and we still have LE on the other side of that building there. And then here's the other side. Here's a wider shot. Let me pull up Facebook here and see if there's any videos. I'm looking for live videos of anybody that's on the ground. So again, if you're able to share it and we don't have it, let me know and we'll pull it right up. Let me see here. Videos. I'm not seeing anything live there. Give me 1 second. Here, let me put... There's my email if you want to send me an email, or you can send it to any of the social platforms. It's EvilleCJ on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all of them, Instagram, all of them. It is a lot easier if you want to send me a link to any of the platforms.
Now, law enforcement continues
just let me
to
know.
Speed by. You can see people, law enforcement officers getting out of their vehicles with helmets and their guns, walking up the street.
Geez, look at that police presence, man.
So again, we don't know exactly the state of what's happening at the moment, but hundreds of law enforcement are here in Villanova at the university by the law school, converging on the scene to capture this active gunman. And again, Jason, we are only hearing of one injury, but again, we still don't know exactly the situation and are waiting to hear from officials. But obviously, we are right in the thick of things as more and more law enforcement continue to arrive on the scene here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Let me go to my email. Thank you very much. All right. Okay.
Absolutely. This is a very nice neighborhood. There are beautiful homes.
Thank you for the link.
Residential area.
Let me see here.
Villanova is situated in a residential area. And so obviously people who live here are probably on guard as well, wondering.
Well, yeah, there's a humongous police
so many
presence.
law enforcement? Are they safe?
Let me see if there's any updates on victims.
A lot going on here right now, whether you're a student, a parent,
okay, there's no updates on victims,
or you live in this nearby area.
Let me see here. Let's see if there's any updates. Last update was 5:30 p.m. So right now it says no victims. So let me update this real quick. We heard one victim got shot over the scanner, but it's being reported as of 4 minutes ago that there was, in fact, no victim. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to update this. I'm going to take out the one victim, but we will keep an eye on that. Okay, I want to take that out. We heard it over the scanner, but the news is not reporting it or confirming it yet. So I'm going to wait to confirm it and put it on the ticker until we actually get that confirmation. All right, let me see here. We got another.
There is a search for this person, or that there is an apprehension. He wasn't sure, but he did say that law enforcement was prepared to go door to door, room to room, looking for this person.
Thank you, Jet fan. I appreciate it.
Trying to make the campus safe again. So something did transpire here at the university several moments ago. And this is the result, this end result of just an army of police, from what the DA said, law enforcement from throughout the region, converging here, throughout the tri-state, converging here, searching for a suspect and trying to, again, make sure Villanova is once again safe for the incoming students and the families who are here that trying to celebrate what
my gosh, we just
Very,
this was
very
just
active,
a little bit ago.
Last hour. This unfolded just about an hour ago. And the one thing that we can tell you is that, as you see, as he mentioned, they are going in.
This is video from earlier, yes.
They are going door to door. And the one thing that we should note is that classes don't start until Monday.
Right.
So maybe a bright spot in the situation of not a fully, bustling law school there at Scarpa Hall, but still we have seen them bring people, students, perhaps staff, out of the buildings. So how scary for anyone who happens, to be in this vicinity right now. But one by one, you can see they have, officials armed on rooftops on the lookout
right,
as they, try to apprehend. Whoever is on campus right now with a weapon.
And perhaps just a dramatic irony that many of the students were in a mass on campus as part of the orientation events this morning.
All right, they're getting choppers up. I'm gonna pull up flight radar.
What should have been, again, orientation for incoming freshmen. We're looking at earlier video from here on campus, just to show you how this situation unfolded, and just within minutes, an army of law enforcement arriving on the campus of Villanova University. We mentioned 2 text alerts that were sent to students, staff, residents who live nearby, urging them to shelter in place, stay where they are, go inside, barricade their doors if possible, because of the possibility of an active shooter on campus.
Now, we haven't shown this to you on the air, but there are videos circulating of, students running, once you can imagine they received this text alert. Many of them, the entire freshman class and their families, were together at a welcome mass at some point on campus. It was an event that was supposed to take place outdoors, but it did have a rain location. So no word on where that mass was taking place, because they could have moved it inside. But picture all of these students and their parents receiving this text alert in one location.
Yeah, and you've been monitoring social media, and you've a lot of texts from students, people on campus, trying to find out exactly what's going on, wondering what's going on, and why their university is all of a sudden on lockdown.
All right,
and
we do have 2 choppers in
we
the
know
air.
Just what we see. The campus just swollen with authorities, and this is another vantage point again of all of the law enforcement, the cars. This is a live ground picture now.
And this is County Line Road. This is where Brianna, we can't.
All right, there's 3 choppers in the air right now.
Right here on County Line. So if you live in the area, they're also asking you to shelter in place. They're asking for you to barricade your doors as well, because as you can see, there is a line of emergency responders here, and they have not yet located this active shooter.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Villanova is kind of in a neighborhood. There's
very much so
a residential area. It's a large, widespread campus, but there are people who live nearby on the periphery, and they received the alert, as well as the students and staff members as well, to shelter in place. But again, this just shows
that's the community as well.
Size and scope of law enforcement.
They are saying not just the students, they are saying anybody that lives in this community to shelter in place. Please, 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 please. If you know anybody that lives in this area, you have friends, maybe somebody has a friend that lives in this area, let these people No, we just dealt with this a couple nights ago when we were covering a manhunt, and that person was out running around. They didn't even know where he was at, and they weren't even letting their community know. Please let the community know what the hell is going on.
So the incoming freshmen arriving yesterday, a number of events taking place on campus today, but has since been replaced by this dramatic scene on campus here at Villanova as authorities try to determine exactly what's going on, trying to apprehend, if they haven't apprehended already, a person with a weapon, with a gun, as we were able to confirm from the Delaware County DA. But again, there's also a lot of unanswered questions as to whether or not there's a victim.
Yes, they
if anyone was
do.
hurt, if the weapon was indeed fired, if there has been an apprehension, and exactly what.
As of right now, they do have life flight at this football field. So I'm pretty sure there's a victim, but it's not being reported. But there is life flight at the football field right next. I got that feed up as well. We're going to go back to this here real quick.
Continuing dramatic situation from the campus.
I got all these different feeds up.
And because the students, their families are all sheltering in place and barricading, they are using social media as a way to let people know we are inside.
Thank you for being here. Please share this out.
They too are waiting.
Please hit the
for
like
any
if you
possible
haven't.
Information about.
I appreciate you guys being here.
Any potential suspect, any resolution here, and when they can finally come out.
Yeah, just waiting for the all clear, which hopefully will come. But again, as we're talking about these incoming freshmen,
let me find
and their
this
families,
life flight here. Let me see. Private
the campus,
owner,
learning the campus, taking part in orientation events, and all of a sudden being told to go into their dorm rooms, their newly moved in dorm rooms, stay in place, shelter in place, barricade
that's
their doors
ABC
if possible,
6
and wait until
ABC 6.
There is a word
CBS 3 is in the air.
Leave their residences,
and then we got
their
this right
rooms,
here.
Their buildings until this situation is safe.
So we got four
it's
choppers
gotta
in
be a
the air
terrifying
now.
Situation, for incoming
two of them are
freshmen and their family
news,
members, and even residents.
2 of them are news, and 2 of them are news stations. We're waiting for this one to pop up.
Who live nearby. This is a live scene of. Is this a triage helicopter? As we look live from Chopper 6, perhaps this. We're not sure what this is. Maybe a triage helicopter. Maybe it's a helicopter moving in more law enforcement. But this is the football field.
Yes, right there on the football field, right in the heart of main campus at Villanova.
And we're trying to determine what this chopper represents. But certainly it is indicative of the size and scope of law enforcement converging at the scene at Villanova University. If you're just joining us at 551, there have been reports of an active shooter on campus. We've heard from Delaware County's DA, Jack Stolzheimer, that there indeed was a person with a gun on campus. We're still trying to determine if there was some type of shooting or if there was a victim. But there definitely was an active shooter on campus. We don't know if that person is in custody or if that person is still being sought. But scores of law enforcement from throughout the region, state police, Radnor police, campus police, perhaps Philadelphia police, all here trying to make the situation safe for so many incoming freshmen and their families who arrived yesterday and were participating in orientation events on campus today when this dramatic scene suddenly unfolded at around 4:45 this afternoon.
And again, they are centered, the focus is centered on the law school, on Scarpa Hall, right there on campus. And but as you can see, now this is Lancaster Avenue right here. This is the main entrance of the school. And you can see here the way that every inch of this university is covered. And the DA saying from the moment this news broke about an hour and 10 minutes ago, they now have law enforcement joining from the tri-state area. 3 states responding to this university right here in the heart of the main line.
Okay, let's go back to Action News reporter Brianna Smith at the scene with the live interview. Brianna.
All right, I'm going to pause this real quick. I do apologize if I'm missing your chat. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to go through, I got like 8 different sources I'm trying to go through. I'm trying to get the quickest, latest information for you guys, especially when it comes to the victim or victims. Also, I'm sharing all this information out. Anything that I do come across, I share it out on Twitter and Facebook. Follow me on there, and you'll see I retweet and repost even during the program while I'm looking for these latest updates. So I do apologize if I missed some of your chats. I'm just trying to find any of the latest updates so that way I can give you guys the latest information as it comes through. The shooter is still on campus as far as we know. There's a medvac out there. We heard on the scanner about 30 minutes ago that there was a victim that was shot, but we're not hearing anything confirmed right now. I'm not sure why there's a difference in what's being on the scanner and what's being reported. Hopefully all that'll be cleared up pretty soon. I'm really trying my hardest to find out the exact updated information.
Plan, are you just going to kind of hang out here and wait till you can be reunited with your son?
Yeah, I mean, God willing, I mean, this is going to be over, but and it seems to be contained to one building, and there's a lot of, but the police officers told me they're still looking, but a lot of the police officers out here don't really know what's going on inside. So there's a whole big question mark for the rest of the evening. I don't know.
To know that police officers are still looking for that suspect, that's what we heard a couple minutes ago as well. How does that make you feel?
It's apprehensive, and I just hope at this point I don't know if there's other people like students or faculty, inside hiding and what have you, or I also worry about the police officers.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. And
Brianna,
Sean, as well as many other parents and families are here worried about their loved ones tonight, along with police officers. And, it's very unsettling to know that the police are still searching for that suspect, but, they're making sure that they're keeping everyone safe and searching through that building, going door to door until they are able to apprehend the suspect.
Brianna, let me ask you, can you ask Sean, I want to just ask him about Austin Hall, because there are videos circulating of students running from Austin Hall or around it. There was apparently a mass underway between supposed to be from 4:15 to 5:15 tonight. Was he here for that welcome mass? And what can he explain what the scene looked like when those emergency alerts went out to everyone?
So my anchor actually just mentioned that.
Very good.
Let me see. We already got that. We already know about that. Okay, we already went through all that. I'm not finding any other updates so far. Here's another look. There's one look outside the campus. Here is another look. Oh my gosh, the police presence is freaking huge there, man. I'm still trying to find. I'm not finding any updates yet on a victim. There's something on Facebook I'll repost. If you're not following me on Twitter or Facebook, I'm dropping reposts, retweets on all of these. Ooh, let me see. This is somebody on the ground. Hold on a minute. This is somebody on the ground here. All right, we got. Finally, we got somebody on the ground. I wish I could be out there on the ground. I would be in a second. That's a 25-mile-per-hour
No,
road.
Shiva. We're just trying to walk down to get a little bit better
Thank you,
vantage
Cole,
point
for hopping in. What's up, Mark?
See as much as we can see, while also trying to.
And we
stay
got all the
safe.
other feeds up as well, so we can go back to.
We have a resident here, obviously coming out of his home.
We can go up to these other feeds at any moment. I'm going to be watching them, so if anything does happen, we'll switch to that right away.
One person shot.
Right. Well, Radnor police just tweeting that nobody was injured, that it's still active. I mean,
there's a
unsettling
discrepancy here.
is this? I mean, the street where you live is filled with law enforcement.
Nice and quiet.
I know, KB.
Normally it's a nice and quiet.
In the law school, it's the quietest. They were just in there studying all the time, so we've never heard a word, not one word. So I didn't see or hear anything here because I've been watching for about 20 minutes. But like crazy.
And these are armed law enforcement running down your street.
Well, they're walking, and it's all blocked right now, so they're still looking for them. The helicopters have been here for an hour. So. And how about you guys?
What goes through your mind?
No, nothing. I've lived here for 27 years. Nothing like this has ever happened before. So, a unique incident, terrible, but not uncommon.
Yeah, not uncommon. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Rejected law school student, or something like that. You know, you got to surmise something.
What is your name, sir?
It is focused
Stan
on the
Ewing.
law building.
And how long have you lived here?
27 years.
27 years. And you said nothing like this has ever
Nothing,
happened?
No. And the university doesn't make a peep either. The neighbors were all nervous when they built the new law school there. Not a peep out of anything here. So.
Have police said anything to you as they've come by? Have they
No.
given you
We
any
got all our
information?
information from the Inquirer online. So they're good about that.
Are you nervous? Because apparently this active shooter has not been captured, and we keep seeing more and more law enforcement walking down your street, some of them running, armed with long guns, shields, and...
No, I'm in medicine, and so, you know, I don't work in the emergency room, though, thank goodness. Oh, my God. I can't believe this, really. It's incredible.
But the commotion of just the officers coming through, that's the first you...
Well, yeah, no, I just said, oh, my God, there really are quite a few cars out here. Can we go that way? I'm supposed to go somewhere, but this is amazing, you guys.
Well, I guess Radnor police are actually telling residents to shelter in place. So they're asking people who live nearby to stay put. I don't know if you saw any of those alerts.
No, they were all online. They said, stay in place.
We're not sure, Katie. We are not sure.
But I said, I was talking to the one guy there just for a second.
We are not sure as of right now. Let me.
Right, guys.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. So there you have it.
So they are the scanner's being really quiet. You guys haven't heard anything coming through the scanner at all in a few minutes. There we go. As of right now, we heard that there was one victim on the scanner about 45 minutes ago. And then we haven't heard any confirmation yet whatsoever. So we're still waiting to hear that. There is a discrepancy in the report here. We heard what we heard on the scanners. Obviously, that gentleman heard it too. But it's not being reported. As far as I know, let me look at flight radar. We'll go to flight radar. It looks like, let's see, it's not showing medvac, so that might be the medvac, because this one right here is a news chopper. This one right here is a news chopper. So this one right here looks like it's headed in a particular direction right there. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep following these choppers. We got another one down here. That is a private owner as well, and then another one heading over here, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. So we'll go right back. We'll go to this feed here.
County line near Spring Mill Road for anyone who's watching. If you can imagine, if you live in the area, not only are they asking you to also shelter in place, but as you can see, these roads are all blocked off. There is law enforcement surrounding this entire
whole
campus
community
from Lancaster
needs
Avenue
to shelter
all the
in
way
place.
around. Radnor police saying right now there are no reports of any victims, at least at this moment. So that is a bright spot as we continue to follow this. The students receiving text alerts around 4:52 this evening saying shelter in place, barricade your doors, and they will let them know when there's an all clear. But so far, it's been about an hour and 45 minutes of a lot of frightened students in there.
There's another shot that we got up. Here's another shot that we got up. So we got both of the news choppers up. We got those ones up. We got this one up. And we got this live on Boots on the Ground scene right here as well. So we'll go back to this one.
I tend to believe looking for a suspect, but everyone else.
That's right.
Incoming freshmen and families. A lot of them who arrived yesterday being told to shelter in place, go inside the dorm rooms or wherever they are and stay there until further notice from law enforcement.
And we do know that a lot of families are on campus, especially for the new students, as today is orientation day for all of the brand new Wildcats coming to campus. Brianna Smith talking to some parents tonight to get some clarification on how their students are doing, and just it's just so much tension and so much fear. Brianna, you can't imagine being in their shoes.
The first day.
No, I can't, Alicia, and very unsettling. But we just spoke to that parent who we told right on air that there are no reported victims at this time. And so that was a huge relief for him. But behind us, you're taking a look at Scarpa Hall, which is where we believe the incident took place. You can see the heavy police presence around this building. You have Lower Marion, Upper Darby, Upper Providence, and more. And they've been here since we arrived here on scene more than an hour ago. And so they're doing their job to make sure that the building is safe and secure, going door to door to find that suspect. Last we heard, police are still looking, but again, happy to report that at this time there are no victims. We also had the chance to speak to the Delaware County DA, and this is what he had to say.
At this point, there has been a lockdown of the university. There is an active shooter alert. We believe somebody was with a firearm in the campus. Somebody may have shot already. We're trying to figure that out. But at this point, law enforcement is doing what they do best. They've locked down the entire situation. They have officers who are searching buildings right now, and we are going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to make this campus safe.
Hundreds, it looks like, of law enforcement are here on the Villanova University campus.
Easier said than done, bro.
So proud of all of our law enforcement, state police, everybody is here. We're all working together. We're going to get this taken care of. We're going to get this campus safe.
It's PR.
Yeah, we've seen a flood of police officers and teams surrounding
you
this
say that
building
right
and
now?
up
You
and
don't
down
even
the
know where the
street,
dude's at.
doing their job to make sure that everyone stays safe. And back to that parent, you know, he said it's a blessing to hear that there are no reported victims at this time. He says his son wasn't not in Scarpa Hall, but he was a little bit further down in his dorm room and actually took in 2 other students. They're barricaded inside the room right now, staying safe, and just him and his son have been communicating back and forth, giving each other the details of what's going on both ends of things. And he was supposed to go out with his son tonight. Hopefully they'll be able to reunite soon, Alicia and Rick.
All right, here's another interview here real quick. Hold on.
The firsthand account, let's send it back to you guys. It's just thankful so far. No reports of any victims, any shooting victims so far. You heard him describe about maybe his wife attending to someone who might have passed out, and we don't know the conditions of some of those folks who might have been hurt as they ran for their lives.
About 5 different feeds up right
chairs
now.
And seats and things like that. So we just have to wait and see. Send it back to you guys.
All right, Aaron, thanks. We just got a statement from Father Peter. He is the head of the university.
Yes, and that statement, very important. Peter Donahue, president of Villanova University, saying today as we were celebrating orientation mass to welcome our newest Villanova members and their families, mercifully no one was injured, and we now know that it was a cruel hoax. Again, from the president of Villanova University saying mercifully no one was injured, and we now know this was a cruel hoax. There was no active shooter, injuries, and no evidence of firearms present on campus. While that is a blessing and
this
relief,
is
I know today's events
Okay.
have shaken our entire community. And he goes on to say he wants to thank everyone in securing the safety of our students. But again, huge news, a message from the president of Villanova University, Reverend Peter Donahue, saying this was all a cruel hoax. No injuries, fortunately, a blessing, and no active shooter. The huge
This
response.
just happened earlier.
That there are reports of an active shooter. You have to react in this manner. Outcome from what we're hearing right now from the president of Villanova University. No need for further concern.
As you were reading that notice from Father Peter, we actually saw police officers going back to their cars much more calmly than when they had geared up and they were heading toward the campus. NBC 10's Lauren Make is just
a little
off the
bit
campus.
ago.
Lauren?
I was like, is it earlier?
Tracy and Jacqueline,
Earlier, I was like, is this a hoax? Is this a joke?
Officers here moving their cars.
Now another one?
Coming through the tape that's been strung here at the edge of this scene, and
How many
moving
more are
some
going
of
to
these
happen today
vehicles
then,
out.
Make sure you
Certainly
sub
we're
up.
getting the
'cause
news
I
as,
mean, gosh, I would
as you're
hate.
getting that that breaking news from the university president
I mean,
as
thank
well.
God.
I did just speak
Thank
to
God
a
it was a
resident in the
hoax.
area
But
where
what
I
the
am.
hell, man?
Again,
This is how many now?
A neighborhood adjacent to campus where
What the
Aaron is
hell is
more
going
on
on?
the campus itself, I understand. And I just talked to a resident here who was sort of taking what's been happening in his neighborhood in stride, but certainly says he hasn't seen anything like this here before and was just out sort of watching all of it unfold. Said, though, that he hadn't gotten any information about exactly what had happened. And as you're reporting now, we're learning more about what did transpire and the things that caused so much anxiety and fear and concern from folks here and folks who have loved ones here at Villanova. What you're watching now from our camera is some officers, some Lower Marion police officers who are moving their vehicle. They just had to string some new police tape, so they still are keeping this area closed to anyone who might be wandering in as they finish things. Here's a bunch of folks who are coming out. These are among the folks that had gone into this area, of course, in that gear with their weapons. And as you mentioned, we had seen people jogging into that scene and down this road, and we are seeing them walking out. So that in itself is certainly a difference in tone. I also can tell you I did see ATF on the scene as we were getting a little bit closer as well. So we know that there were multiple agencies, both local, state, as we heard the governor talk about, and federal. We saw ATF. So this was a large response to what had happened here, or what they thought could potentially be happening here, to try to get a handle on things. I'm actually looking at a Euclid Township police vehicle as I'm standing here right now. I see a state police vehicle in front of me in Lower Marion.
Make sure you let everybody know in case they don't know.
A
It was a
combination
hoax.
of local, state, and federal agencies all coming to this area, to this campus, to try to get a handle on this and make sure that people are safe. Let me swing things over. You can see that there are actually still some officers who are heading toward the scene here, but they are doing so very calmly. They're not jogging in, they're walking in at this point. So Jackie and Tracy, that's what we're seeing here at this side, again, on County Line Road, on this edge of the scene.
But you saw that massive response, everyone taking this so seriously. And boy, that trauma of having to leave Mass in the middle and have people whisked
Somebody
away
on the scanner said one victim was shot.
I mean, that's still very, very shaking.
And we know that NBC 10 News Today morning anchor Keith Jones received this email from the university president, Father Peter Donahue, saying that this was all just a cruel hoax. So just as Keith Jones received this email, so did other students and parents, all of them breathing a huge sigh of relief.
But still
not
shaken,
knowing
I'm
what-
sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure from what they've been through. Lily Zhang's also on campus. Lily?
Yeah, guys, you said it best yourself. What a sigh
They
of relief
went
for
through
so
the
many
whole-
people who have been watching
the
this
whole thing.
unfold for the past half
whole
hour to an
building and
hour or
everything.
so. To kind of give you a recap, we're basically by East County Line Road. As you can see, still a pretty big police presence out here. It was only just a few minutes ago when we got that letter saying that this was a cruel hoax, according to the university president. I spoke with some parents off camera who minutes ago were trying to get in touch with their own students, trying to figure out what was happening. And I also spoke with some people who have been out here for about half an hour. You know, they live near here. They know some people who go here, and they're now also getting the news in real time that this was, as the university president said, a cruel hoax. One person I met just minutes ago is Richie. Richie, you mentioned you live around here, right?
Yeah, I just live right next to Eiffen Elementary. And what else? I was going to get gas. And what else? I saw a bunch of police presence, so I decided to drive by. And then I started calling people, and I was told it was an active shooting. But luckily it wasn't. Luckily it was a hoax. But for this police response, it's ridiculous that someone actually would do that, like would fake this, because everyone was scared. Like, it was like moving day for freshmen. Like, it should be like a happy day for the freshmen, in my opinion, because they're just coming to the college, and now they might be scared because of like their first day here. Was an active shooting threat.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you and I spoke a little bit off camera. You were saying you've never seen anything like this before, right?
Yeah, I've lived in Radnor Township for about 10 years, and like I drive around a lot, and like I'll only see 2 cops in a day. There's over 400 cops here, over 8 counties. FBI's here.
I mean,
It's
shout
like,
out to the
it's like
shout out to
ridiculous
the law enforcement and the first
It's like good
responders.
how fast they came.
Right. Shout out to them.
Like they were here in a split of a second.
Shout out to
because
them, really.
if it was a real thing,
Right.
they were luckily here in time.
Right.
Remind me again, do you know of any current students here?
I know a couple that go here.
And have they heard about it, or are they on campus right now?
I'm not sure. I've tried calling some of my friends, but none of them are like answering their phones. I bet they're on the phones with their parents.
How are you feeling now knowing that this was, again, a hoax?
I'm happy, but like I'm just stressed out that like it took away the police presence in case there's like something
You
else.
can see
that, like,
he's
they
trying
need,
to
like,
hold
someone's actually going through an emergency. So I'm really happy that it's just a hoax, but what else, like that like it generated this big of a response was kind of like scary for a lot of people.
Understandable. Richie, thank you for sharing that and for sharing your time with us. Again, I'm
Yeah,
glad
you
that your
can
friends are
see he's
okay. I'm
getting
glad
broke
that,
up
again,
about
we're
it.
hearing no injuries from this whole incident, but certainly a lot of attention drawn on this campus right now. And how could you
Make
not?
sure
There's
you
so
sub.
many police
Make sure you
out
hit
here,
the
but now we do know,
notification
and
bell.
we're learning
We
more
might be going
about
live
what
again.
happens next as we've learned the latest updates on that.
Make
Send it
sure
back
you
to
sub up. Hit the
We're also now
notification
hearing
bell.
that shelter in place has been lifted, as we now know that this scare on the campus of Villanova University was a cruel hoax. Here is a part of the statement from Reverend Peter Donahue, Villanova University president, saying, today as we are celebrating orientation mass to welcome our newest Villanovans and their families to our community, panic and terror ensued with the news of a possible shooter at the law school. Mercifully, no one was injured, and we now know that it was a cruel hoax. There was no active shooter, no injuries, and no evidence of firearms present on campus.
Thank God they showed
While
up
that is a
how they did,
blessing
though.
and relief, I know today's events have shaken our entire community. Absolutely.
Man.
That from Reverend Peter Donahue.
And that alert ran out at 4:30. They were in the middle of a welcoming mass. And we have that video that we have shown you of people running for cover, told to shelter in place by the alert that was sent out to the entire university.
We know parents and students breathing a huge sigh of relief, but as you said, Tracy, those nerves will continue to be shaken for some time, knowing that their
Wow.
students could have been caught up in something this horrific. And so unfortunate
Make sure
that
you're
there would
subbed.
be
Hit
a
the noti
hoax of
bell.
something
If there's anything,
like
any live
this,
event that
this
happens,
awful
we're gonna
nature.
go
The
live.
attention now naturally turning to the source
Share this out to your
of this
socials.
hoax.
Let them
We
know
saw
to
that
sub up.
outpouring of law enforcement.
You'll
Those
notice I'm the
agencies
one
that
that's going
responded
live
so
before
quickly, believing that
anybody.
this was indeed real, and now, of course, will
I'm
not
just that small
tolerate
fish. I ain't that
any
big guy.
hoax of this nature, and will work
No.
so hard to get to the bottom of this.
NBC 10's Aaron Baskerville is along Lancaster Avenue where they had the campus blocked off, talking to people who had seen it, witnessed it. Aaron, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you, Tracy. And right now it looks like they've lifted that people.
Right.
You can see people out there. They're leaving. They're kind of leaving right now, but the officers are still there.
Speak, so that is very good news. But obviously, you can see the look on some of their faces is really intense.
At
and
least
serious,
the
but at least they're
response
gonna
was
be
quick
hopefully
and
reunited soon.
you know what I mean?
With, maybe
Like
some of their
that's
loved
the
ones who were
positive
across the
thing out
street
of it.
looking for
But
them,
man,
waiting for them to come out. And this
the
is the
stuff
first
that these
time
kids
we've
have
seen
to
this
go
kind of
through,
mass
man.
rush of a lot of folks coming out. As we know, we just heard the good news that this was not real.
Man.
But yeah, just you can see how, I don't know if anybody would actually say anything to us, or I'll see. Sir, can we ask you a question, sir? Were you inside, barricaded in it?
Yes.
How are you doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing fine. Everyone that was in the building was doing okay. Then there's a few injuries, people getting, kind of caught. That was it.
What were people talking about when they were in lockdown? What was the communication like with folks inside?
Communication was what I saw on Twitter and
Yeah, they will.
news.
Oh yeah, they
and I'm
will.
also saying about just the people that were in there with you and the others around.
Thank
how
you
were their
guys for
emotions?
being
A lot
here.
of people were anxious and dealing with all that, the anxiety of it. There's a lot of folks that were very calm. calm, cool, collected. So
Were you in one room together, or
no, I was like in the hallway of the first.
was anything put against anything to like
No, the
keep things?
doors were just closed.
Thank you, sir, for your time. I appreciate it. So, as more people continue to exit out of some of these buildings right now, but another firsthand account of just kind of what was going on there. Obviously, people anxious, people really nervous, but there's probably a decent feeling of folks being together. You can see this couple with their child walking out, holding hands. Obviously, you can tell.
Yeah, I
They
would
are
too.
extremely
Shoot.
upset. Are you guys okay?
Gosh, that has to be so scary,
So,
man.
I'll see if anybody else will talk to us. Can we ask you a question? Can we ask you a question? No? Okay, so we're going to leave them alone for now. We're not going to ask any more people, but thankfully they are let out and they're okay. We heard some of those accounts earlier of the folks who were outside and basically running for their lives, running over seats and chairs to try and get to safety. It was that great unknown that scared so many folks out here, just not knowing what this was all about. Just another look, just to kind of show you, this is what this story is all about. The folks that were
Man,
inside these
at
buildings,
least they showed
feeling
up.
anxious,
You know what I
feeling
mean?
nervous, and now being able to come out.
At least they were there quick
hopefully
and
enjoy maybe the rest
enforced.
of the weekend, but at least reunite with some of their family members that were across the street, and some of those who were
Their
split
first
up
day of
somehow,
school.
some way with folks. We saw a lot of that. since
What
we've
about
been out here,
tomorrow
just
and the next day
folks
and the next
wondering
day and the
and
next
watching
day?
and hoping this comes to a good outcome, and trying to communicate with folks who are behind doors and stuff. It's just such a surreal feeling for those folks who have family members that were here and have family members that they were concerned about. But this is the good news here, guys. Let's send it back to you. But folks
Yeah,
now
it
being
is
let
good
out
news.
and being able to go about their day now.
Aaron, you can completely see it on people's
Fingers
faces
crossed.
that even though we know it was a hoax, it was
Who
an
says?
hour and a half of not knowing what
It wasn't
was
a hoax to them. It was real. Yeah,
It was real, and-
right.
and guess
felt
what?
Yeah,
The
it was
trauma
wild,
real.
man.
And if I know
You could
anything
hear
about
it in the
leadership at
voices
Villanova
of the
University,
cops.
they're working right now to figure out how to comfort the family members and the students and how to help them work through this trauma, because exactly what you just said.
They're gonna
for
need it.
them, this was very real. Yes, yes. For them, this was very real. For an hour and a half, they were barricaded in a room, not knowing what was happening.
And Aaron, we saw
And
you
Tracy, I can't even tell you how many things we heard. Tracy, sorry to cut you off, Tracy and Jackie, but that was the thing. There was the unknown. People heard
Right.
wild things that was going on of multiple victims and this or that. And of course, we had to do our
Yeah,
due diligence.
you
to
could
figure
hear
out
it in the
exactly what happened,
scanner,
because
man.
you said that is the real trauma. Is that people thought this was going to be a shooter running around, and
We
all
heard
know what
one
those
victim
feelings
got shot.
entail when you get that kind of
We heard
news,
that in
and
the beginning.
especially if you're split up from your loved one.
From scanner.
And Aaron, we saw you talking to that father who was saying his daughter was inside the building, likely the law building where all of those law enforcement officers were surrounding. And
He
it
couldn't
was
even
so
speak.
emotional and
Couldn't
moving
speak.
to hear him and what would have been going through his head about what was happening to his daughter inside. Thankfully now, no fear of that at all. But
Thank God, yeah.
hearing from him, everyone got
Thank God.
chills listening to that account.
Yeah.
When you're out here talking to these people first person, firsthand, it's hard to describe and have that jump through the screen to you guys. You know, we do our best out here, but the thing that sticks with me is the one father who we talked to who couldn't even speak. He was in tears. He was basically crying. We couldn't get the words out.
Well,
Just trying
yeah.
to express
What do you
how
expect?
scared and how nervous he was
Damn
for
straight.
his daughter to be inside and not really being able to communicate with her, not really knowing what's going on, and is there really an active shooter running around, or what's happening. And he couldn't even speak. He was choked and he was like just crying. And it's emotional for folks. And like you said, you saw people walking out, you saw the family, they were holding each other tight, they were hugging, they're holding hands as they're walking out of that building. Yeah, they're going to need some help, and they're not going to
Yeah.
forget this day anytime soon.
Yeah, in shock, really.
No, they won't.
So we have that letter from Father Peter saying it was a hoax. The alerts that Villanova University sends out, they just finally sent out. Campus is all clear. You no longer need to shelter in place. We've seen all of the people leaving the buildings in Aaron's live picture right there. NBC 10's Lauren Make is also there. At last check, she was on County Line Road. Lauren.
All right, let me go here. This is another interview here.
Yes. At Scarpa. No, the outdoor mass was at the campus green in the middle of campus. It's an annual mass to send the freshman parents off. Obviously, those plans, are in flux right now, and we'll be in touch with students and parents about what tomorrow will look like in light of what happened today.
Was the mass in progress?
Yes.
What? Take us through what happened when an alert goes out and you've got a mass gathering on campus.
Well, people obviously took shelter inside. They did so, to my knowledge, they did so quickly, safely, yeah, we're thankful for that.
And did you say it was reported that the active shooter was inside Scarborough Hall?
Yes. With an automatic rifle. Yes, that's how the report came in.
And can you just go through the steps of, so the officers went door to door, making sure the building's secure and then finding no evidence for there to be?
Yes, that's correct. Each of these departments, each of these officers went into each building, and they're still in that process, making sure that people are being released safely out. We want to make sure that there is no victim, nobody got.
I want to say contribution call out also to Ellen. Thank you so much for the $10. Let's see. I don't know if this is Venmo. Thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. CJ, appreciate the reporting. No BS, just facts. Thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. That is the direct way. If you'd like to support me the direct way, you can do so through Venmo or Cash App, or you can do membership, super chats, or super stickers. Thank you all so much for your support.
With our traffic duties and being here just for situations like this.
Thank you again, Ellen.
Already Radnor Police and Villanova Police on site, which has reduced the total time of this incident being able to use. So they were on scene literally instantly because they were present in the campus.
And Chief, can you talk to the process about how those people at that outdoor mass are notified and they don't know where they're going. They're new to this campus. How do you get them where they need to be?
Well, I was not over there at the time of the mass. I was over here, so I can't speak directly to that.
And last question. We spoke to a parent, obviously a major concern for him and thousands of others. Do you have a message for parents, the community, the surrounding community about what happened here today and just how, they're so uneasy and
As I mentioned to you earlier, this is every parent's nightmare, right? You're sending your kid off to college sometimes for their first day.
I can't
you get an
imagine,
alert
man.
that there could be a shooter on the campus. This is why we took this so seriously. They should be thanking God that they have these gentlemen here.
Right.
behind them, and
I mean, they
dozens
showed up
more.
quick too, and a
We
whole
will be
bunch.
here to do everything we need to do to make sure people are safe. You can be sure this campus right now is the safest place in Delaware County. Okay, we're going to make sure over the days to come that this doesn't happen again. Everything we can possibly do.
DA, we got a call. So we got to take it.
Thank you, guys.
Well, let's hope, man. Let's hope tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Authorities reiterating.
You shouldn't be so damn cocky. I mean, come on, man. Here's another interview here.
In there, and until we got the email from the university president that we were all clear to go, and we're very lucky. We're lucky to be
Here,
safe.
let me go to
and,
this feed. That one's crackly.
Yeah, studying.
What is your name
Nick.
and last name?
Name check.
So that's Nick, a law school student who was in the law school library as all of this was. Well, we're going to come around to this other side. Was a little crunched over there and see if maybe we can chat as well. Were you in there as well? Can you, excuse me, can you tell us, were you in there as well?
I was, yeah. I was with Nick.
You guys are both law students.
We are, yeah.
Okay. What have this past hour and a half, 2 hours been like for you?
Yeah, very scary. Extremely scary. Really, fortunately, I guess, never had anything like this, anything close to like this. But there were definitely an hour or so where we were absolutely afraid
Oh, yeah,
of our life.
more than that.
And again, we don't really know what happened at this point, but definitely made you appreciate things and want to call the people you love and talk to them. And that's a feeling I haven't had before.
Some prayers in the past hour.
A lot of prayers, and just, for us, for the whole situation, for anybody who might be involved. I think a lot of our conversations were concerned for anybody who's still in the building. It just all happened so fast that we didn't know what was happening, and just a lot of panic and fear and fight and flight and just get out of there.
I know that police were saying to shelter in place. Were you in a place where you could do that?
We were told to just evacuate the scene, so we got as far away as we could. And fortunately, a very, very nice man let us into his house when we were running up the road to try and get away.
Just someone you didn't know let you in their house.
Yeah, a group of us 1L law students and
How many of you were there?
6 of us.
What did you spend that time doing?
Don't really know. Like, we're sitting in there thinking that
worry about that?
I guess thinking it could be the worst and hoping for better, but just watch the news, try and figure out what's going on, get any updates, and be there for each other. You know, these are a lot of people that we just met, and now we've been through that, and it's been a crazy day.
You've got a bond now.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Michael Childress.
Michael. Thank you, and I'm glad you're all
Yeah,
right.
thanks.
Thank you. All right, guys, that was another law student who just had, as we've been talking about, a traumatic experience, ended up getting into someone let them in their home so that they could be safe, so that they could wait this situation out. Now, of course, finding out the news that the fears that so many people had about what could have happened, thankfully, were not the case, but scary moments of thinking about your loved ones, and as we heard, prayers there to get through the past couple of hours. Guys, we'll throw it back to you.
All right, Lauren, thanks. And County Line Road, as where Lauren has been.
Let me see here. I know they're getting ready to do an interview.
Everybody in Delaware County is here. Chief Splain from Nether Providence came running. I mean, everybody comes whenever we have a crisis. This is how law enforcement works. That's why they're so great in this region. These are some of the best police officers you'll ever meet. And what they did here today was truly heroic. And I am thankful, that none of them got hurt, because these officers came from all over this area thinking that they were going to go into an active shooter room, into a building, and have to take somebody down to save someone's life. Somebody in law enforcement could have gotten hurt. That's why this is such a serious matter for us. I want to reiterate what Dave said. The Villanova community was fantastic. Everybody took seriously the alert. Everybody locked down. They're now being released. They're finally going to get a chance to breathe again. But this was a serious crisis, and I'm so thankful that we have these leaders behind me who made sure that this event was made safe today.
Can you tell us what the freshmen and maybe their parents were doing? Was there an organized activity when this alert went out?
I think there was
Right over there.
some kind of a reception. I saw chairs set up for that. It was about 4:30, so it was sort of the end of whatever orientation was going on today. More than that, I can't really tell you. Chris, you know anything?
There was an outdoor.
Go back to
I
this.
got here yesterday. I moved in yesterday with all the.
We already heard from those guys a minute ago.
If you can, what has the past hour and a half or so been like for you and your father?
We'll be done here in a minute.
It was
Please hit the
definitely
like
full
if
of,
you
like,
haven't.
A lot of like uncertainty. I'm still feeling like the aftermath, like the
If you're not
anxiety.
subscribed, please
We were in,
consider doing
mental
so.
hall,
And who knows, we
and
might be
were
back in a
walking
few more
past,
minutes.
And we were just told, come inside. There was an active shooter, and from there, everything was kind of just a lot of anxiety.
Were there a lot of other students and faculty and such also in that same building?
Yes, there was. I was, I think, one of the only, if not the only, like incoming freshman there, and then everyone else was like all older students, and my dad.
Speaking of, Dad, I'm sure this is not the way you expected your daughter's first week to go. How are you feeling?
Very emotional. I was just really worried keeping the kids safe. There was 23 of us. We locked and barricaded ourselves in the classroom. I got the kids in a L-shaped closet, and we had them go in there. And there was 2 other young men that go to the school that were helping me with everything. They did a great job. So.
In moments like that, I mean, what's going through your head when you're, like you said, the L shape, the getting everybody into a safe spot?
Just protecting the kids, and of course my daughter, just making sure they are okay. I told them I'd stand guard by the door, and we were able to lock the closet door. So I was just keeping everyone safe and away from harm. So that was my main goal.
I'm sure they really appreciate you.
They thanked me and the other 2 individuals that were in there with me.
Yes,
so.
thank all law
Certainly you both have
enforcement
now
and first
heard that
responders.
This was all a hoax. Thankfully, no injuries, of course. We're very fortunate to hear about that. But what goes through your head when you hear that after going through all that this was all, as the university president said, a cruel hoax?
I guess mixed emotions, more of like a relief that nothing happened, and just, the school did do a great job getting everyone into safety. So that it's good to see the plan that they had in case of a situation like this. So.
He said it pretty perfectly. Just mostly relief. not only that this was not real, but also knowing that in case of a real situation like this, that there was a plan and that we were safe.
I'm glad that you both are safe, and thank you guys for sharing. I'm sorry this is how we're meeting, but I'm so glad that you guys are safe, and I'm really grateful that you were able to share your time and your perspective with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Again, mixed emotions out here, guys. But again, really grateful that nobody is hurt out here. We'll send it back to you guys.
And while we're seeing so many people pretty much in shock,
Thank you. I
certainly
appreciate
grateful and relieved that this was a hoax, that it was a swatting incident, as the governor's statement said. We know there is going to be some anger as well that somebody caused this. And in fact, the district attorney of Delaware County is on scene there on campus talking about what this individual or individuals is responsible for doing in terms of this panic and anxiety for an hour and a half. And you heard that freshman say, I'm still feeling it, of course, because for an hour and a half, there was an active shooter and they were told to come in the library and stay with us, and we don't know what's happening.
And there's so much relief that no one was injured on campus, but so much frustration that someone would put families and students through this, that this was a cruel hoax.
I was just mentioning that District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer is on campus, and we have a release from his office actually talking about the call came in at 4:30 saying active shooter. We know that the alert went out to all the people on campus at Villanova school, and saying that there was an active shooter in the law school building and that there was a victim, at least one victim. This turned out to not be true.
Man.
They went room to room, law enforcement, trying to find, and we saw, and we're showing you some of the video that we saw of heavily armed officers.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and we will go ahead and be done. Thank God that nothing happened. And also, please make sure you hit the like and the noti bell. Anytime that anything that happens, we're going to go live. As you can see, as of the last few weeks, as we've been doing it, we've actually been going live like 10-20 minutes before anybody else. So come on over here, swing through here, give us a like, share it out, let people know. Because honestly, like, it's kind of scary how, as I'm like getting ready and I'm hitting live and I'm doing these shows, it is kind of scary how I'm getting the information before it's even being put out there to the local community. And that's the scariest part, man. Like, we're getting the information before the local community is, and that's not good. So please help make that difference. I love you guys. Hopefully you have a peaceful, positive day. Hopefully we don't have another one of these today or another, but the way that it's been going, you never know. And make sure you're following me on Twitter and Facebook, because you'll get the notifications over there too. Thank you all so much. Please stay safe. And thank God. And if you see a law enforcement or a first responder in your community, thank them. Thank them for everything that they do. I love you guys. Please be safe. Hopefully, we're not going to have another one, but I don't know. It's really scary. I love you guys. Be safe.
Bye.